Let's open up the lid on the IAR 80 from Pegasus. Coming up next. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in this box?
What's in the box?
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Monster Hobbies unboxing video. And hey, have you ever seen Monster Hobbies? Check it out in this video link here. Before I interrupted myself, I was saying welcome back to another Monster Hobbies unboxing kit, and if you are a subscriber, I really appreciate your subscription. And if you like these unboxing videos and you really appreciate them and you're new to subscribing, please click the notification button down below and the subscribe button, and every time I unbox, you get to be the first one to know. Now let's take a look at this 1/72nd scale Pegasus IAR 80 kit. That's why you guys came here, to see this and not hear about subscribing. But at any rate, yes! So this again is one of the Romanian fighters, this time done by a different manufacturer. So let's see how it differs from last week's A model video of the same kit as we go down to the bench and see what's in the box. And now we take to the skies once again in our unboxing videos as we look at the IAR 80 from Pegasus. And if you remember last week, we got to look at the A model variation, and this one is quite different. Now what's kind of cool about this is a Pegasus model kit, and it's their 10th anniversary, so this is from quite a while ago. And as you can see, they have a black and white blueprint style box, which was quite unique. And on the back of there's a bit of a write-up on it, and then on the back of the box is a black and white paint scheme for you to follow, which got dark green, earth brown, light blue, indent green, and indent yellow. And the indent yellow would go on the nose cones. That was so that the Axis could identify their fellow pilots, friendly pilots from other countries. And now let's just open this up and see what's inside for the brief unboxing portion before we get into some more serious examination of this kit. So of course inside we have our instructions. And I'll just take a look at these in a second. Inside this neatly folded bag is, of course, our plastic components. This bag was stapled at one point. And there we've got our plastic bits down there, as well as a Deckle sheet, which was covered with this film paper to protect it. And we have some white metal components, which look like the landing gear. And now let's just get into a closer examination of all these components. So to begin with, we have an instruction sheet of sorts. This is all you really get in it. So it is a non-pictorial instruction sheet, so you have to read it to follow it. So it says things like construction notes. Firstly, separate all parts from the sprues and clean off all flash and molding marks. Use cyanoacrylic glue, you know, that kind of thing. And then down here it has a paint color chart, which shows like earth brown. And then they have this Methuen reference and the federal standards and extra color paints. And for some reason they have a picture of one of the landing gear covers. So this is just your basic instruction sheet. Now we'll examine the Deckle sheet, and this one is pretty interesting. Now you may be wondering what these white crosses are all about, and why they have the French flag here. I believe the intent is you put down the white decal, and then to make it pop out a little bit, the yellow decal pop out a little bit, you put the yellow one on top of the white one. And again, they've molded the little, or molded they have printed the red ring that goes in there. And unlike the A model kit, this actually has the correct blue color, although it's very, very small. They also have the escadrille number, or the squadron number, which is 72. And here, unfortunately, they don't give you a yellow stripe, so you'll have to try to paint the white as yellow, because otherwise you've got French markings, which is not correct. Or you could cut the blue and the red, separate it from the white, and then paint the rear tail rudder yellow, and then put these back on over the top of that. I don't know. It's up to you. So next we will look at the fuselage, which has some detail to it, but is pretty light in detail. And there you have your little vents on the fuselage. Camera's having a little hard time focusing there. There we go. Some nice rivet detail along there. And of course we have some more rivet detail. Very light on the body panels. And of course our fuselage would go together like so. And you're going to have to sand this down against a block of sandpaper, you know, sort of like, imagine this is sandpaper, like that on your sandpaper, in order to make these two seam lines fit together nice and flat. Always remember to take care, because as you can see here, there'll be a great big gap on that. So again, just get a sanding block, use some MDF, glue some sandpaper to your MDF, nice and flat, and then sand it. Now our wings are molded as one piece in this kit. So there's the top and there's the bottom, left and right of course. It does have some rib detail in where the wheels are. And again, you got some nice detail actually of the wing indentations and whatnot. Your ailerons, the whole thing. So, not too bad. This will go underneath the airplane. As you can see, there's a big sink mark here. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be part of the plane, but you can see it's kind of a slushy mold in there. Slush molded. I'm not too sure. But again, nice crisp interior strut details, or rib, fuselage, whatever details that are in there. Oh my goodness, it's one of those days. There's our tail rudder, again molded as one piece, which is actually kind of nice in a way, because you could have this separate and paint all the details, like the Romanian flag down here, on its own thing. So you could hold it with a clamp like that and paint it here, and then glue it to your plane later, right? I don't know. That's an interesting way to do it. Okay, here's our cowl going together, and you got a A and a B, which this has got this weird platform sticking out here. Is that actually part of the plane? Oh, yeah, it is. So they've gone this way with it, top and bottom. That's how your cowl would fit onto the front of this airplane. Sort of. Yeah, that's quite a weird way to go about it. So you got it basically like this. Which again is interesting because you're not following one seam line, you know, the top seam line visually all the way across. You've got, goes this way and then breaks this way. I don't know. Again, a different way to do it. Then here we've got our final gray sprue, which of course has our propeller, our wheels, the seat, the front end of the engine, And it looks to me like they've tried to visually duplicate the fact that there's 2 rotary engines in this kit. If you watch the IAR 80 review that I did, which would be coming up here somewhere in a link, you can see that they actually had 2 radial engines, one behind the other, gave this plane extra power. But here, like I say, you can sort of see that. Here, let's use a tool. So you've got one piston that you can really see sticking up here, right? And then right beside it, it's sort of like a bump. That would actually be one engine here, one engine there, and you're kind of sort of seeing this engine in the back through the cylinders through the front. And then of course I got the 2 exhaust pipes here. And again, the rear stabilizers are just one piece with some nice detail. And then they have the clear canopy, which, like the A model, is very nice and easy to drop. And then looking at the photo etch pieces, we've got our landing gear struts and our little rear tail whip, or whatever you want to call it. At the back, there wasn't a wheel on the plane. It was just more of a skid. And there you go. And that will conclude our review of the Pegasus from England, IAR 80. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching that Monster Hobbies What's in the Box video, where you got a different take on the IAR 80 from last week's A model video, when you got to see the Pegasus version of the IAR 80. And say, which version do you think is better? Please write in the comments below with your opinion. I'd love to see it. Alright, if you enjoy watching unboxing model airplane videos on our channel, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking this red button down here underneath the video, and don't forget to click that notification bell so every time I lift the lid on a model kit box you get to see what's inside it. And I've got other cool unboxings. I don't only do airplanes, I do model cars, military, sci-fi, monsters, Warhammer stuff, and many, many other things. And if you want to leave us a little tip to say thank you, Trevor, for opening up this model airplane, because I was going to buy it but I wasn't sure, and then I found your video and now I know what's in there and I really want it, or I really don't want it, you know, that kind of thing. Guess what? I've opened up a Patreon account, and if you want to leave us a little tip, you can do so by following the link down below. Click on there, and I've got many tiers. They start at $1 and they go to $20. You can go monthly, you know, giving me $1 a month or whatever. Or, you know, you can do a one-time. It's all up to you. It's just like a little tip jar, electronic tip jar, to say thank you for making these great videos and spending your time doing it. But there are rewards. So if you just do like the $1 thing, you get your name in the credits, like these people here. That's my saying thank you for supporting us on Patreon. And depending on the levels, there's stuff like stickers I can send out, t-shirts like this one, you got to give me your size and everything, and all kinds of other cool benefits. And again, a great big thank you for all those people that are supporting me on Patreon. Without you, videos like this could not happen. So if you guys want to see some more unboxings of model airplanes, please check them out here, 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 and here. And again, subscribe and click the bell. And until next time, happy model building.